Hello students, welcome to Biology Bites. Let's simplify biology. Myself Sadhna Bajpayee, and today we will discuss about the chapter life processes, from that the main circulatory system in human being. So let us begin with this. First of all, we should know what is circulation and what is important. Circulation means that the materials which are present inside the human various organs, they should transport to various parts. Circulation of nutrients, circulation of oxygen, circulation of various hormones. The circulation or transportation of all these material is possible with the help of circulatory system only. It is a transport system. What is the function of transportation? To carry the things from one part of the body or from one place to another. So it is a transport system of the human body. Now let us talk about what are the various parts of circulatory system. The various parts of circulatory system are blood vessels, and of course the very important organ, that is human heart. We will study about all these one by one. Human heart, it is a pumping organ. It is working like a motor. मोटर जैसे जरूरी है ना पानी को ऊपर चढ़ाने के लिए. So the same function is done by the human heart. Now let us discuss about blood. So blood, I think all of you have seen the blood. The color of the blood is red. Why it is red? That is due to RBC. Blood is first of all the fluid connective tissue. In blood, basically 3 parts are there. Or you can say blood contains basically 2 things. The first, the liquid part, it is known as plasma. And the cells inside the plasma. Inside the plasma, various cells are moving from one place to another and carrying oxygen and various nutrients. So, cells, what are the various cells? That is RBC, WBC, and platelets. Now, what are the other name for this? That is a red blood cell, then white blood cells, or it is also known as corpuscle. They are very small cells and which help in what we will discuss about its function also. So platelets. Okay. Now the other name of blood vessel is, the red blood cell is from erythrocytes. Erythrocyte, RBC, it is also known as erythrocyte. Erythrocyte. And WBC, it is known as leukocyte. And the platelets, it is also known as blood platelets. It is known as thrombocyte. Now let us discuss about each of them in detail. What are the various functions? So the various functions are, let us talk about erythrocyte. Erythrocyte, what is its normal name? It is RBC. Okay, so its function is, first of all, we will discuss about its shape. RBC, they are oval in shape it is anucleated, means nucleus is absent. When they form in the bone marrow, it is having the nucleus, but after that, nucleus will get degenerate. These are the smallest cell of the human body. And when they will get mature, they are anucleated. Now let us talk about its function, why they are present inside our human body. So function of RBC. The main function of RBC, it helps in transportation of oxygen and carbon dioxide, or basically exchange of gases, transportation of oxygen. Inside the RBC, a protein is present, which is known as hemoglobin. It is a pigment which is carrying the oxygen. Actually, oxygen is binding with the hemoglobin, and then it is transported in the whole part of the body. So when hemoglobin combined with oxygen, the component or the compound which is formed, it is known as oxyhemoglobin. And inside our body, the carbon dioxide, most of them, it is dissolved in the plasma. Plasma, it is the liquid part of the blood which contain all the nutrients. Okay, now let us talk about WBC. WBC, it is the another component or another cells of your blood. The WBC, it is white in color. Okay, RBC, why they are red in color? They are red in color due to hemoglobin. Hemoglobin gives red color to the RBC. Now let us talk about WBC. WBC, it is also known as leukocyte. Leuko means white and cyte means cell. So these cells are white in color. And they are not having particular proper shape. The various types of leukocytes are there in our body. We will discuss that also. Let us talk about its function first. What is the main function of WBC? The main function of WBC is that it acts as an immune system. It is a part of your immune system, which will protect you from the pathogens. What are pathogens? Pathogens are the microorganisms which are causing diseases. So immune system part, they are the immune system part, or it will protect our body from the pathogen. Okay, protect our body from pathogens. As I told you, what are pathogens? Pathogens are disease-causing microorganisms. As we know that all the many microorganisms are there. Few of them are very important for us. We are giving them place inside our kitchen also, but few of them are very harmful. They are causing various diseases. Okay. Now, WBC, they are of two types. They are granulocyte and agranulocyte. In granulocyte, if you will see under the microscope, you will see in the cells in the side the nucleus, granules are present. That's why they are called granulocyte. So agranulocytes are there and granulocytes are there. Further, granulocytes and agranulocytes are further divided into monocyte and lymphocytes. So WBC, as I told you, it is further divided into two, that is granulocyte and agranulocyte. Agranulocyte means inside the nucleus, granules are not present. Agranulocytes are further divided into, they are of two types. They are lymphocytes. They actually engulf or eat the any pathogen, any antigen. Antigen means the protein which is present on the outer surface of each cell is different. So your body will recognize those proteins, and then according to that, it will start destroying. And granulocytes, they are of three types: eosinophil, basophil, and neutrophil. They are having various function, or few of them they will produce antibodies also. What are antibodies? They are the special protein which are released by your immune system, and these cells are also producing to destroy the pathogen. Okay, now if we will talk about the next one, that is, so WBC, as I told you, it is also known as leukocyte. Now let us talk about the third type of cells. They are known as thrombocyte or blood platelets. Blood platelets, they are the very important component of blood. What is its function? How they are formed? They are formed from the degeneration of your RBC and WBC. Thrombocytes, they help in blood clotting. Blood clotting means, suppose you will get injured, चोट लग जाती है, उसके बाद क्या होता है, थोड़ी देर बाद अपने आप खून निकलना बंद हो जाता है. Why? Because the thrombocytes which are present inside the blood, it will start producing some plaque, and then it will stop the bleeding. Blood clotting is important. It will prevent the loss of blood from the body. It will prevent the loss of excess blood from the body. Okay, excess blood from the body. This is the main function. Now let us talk about what are the various blood groups. When we are talking about this topic is also important to understand. So what are the various blood groups? The blood, it is always looking red in color, but still, if you will see its main constituent, that is different. So let us talk about what are the various types of blood groups. In human, the various blood groups are A, B, AB, and O. Out of these four, AB is the person who is having the AB blood group. It is also known as universal recipient, means it can receive the blood from all the blood groups, means it can take blood from A blood group, B blood group, AB blood group, and O. That's why it is known as universal recipient. And the person who is having O blood group, it is also known as universal donor. It can donate, it can give the blood to any blood group. So these are the various type of blood group. How it will work, that we will study in the chapter Hereditary and Evolution. Now, let us talk about the second part of your circulatory system, the blood vessels. The blood which is moving in our body, it is not just, our body is not simply filled with the blood. The blood is circulating, it is moving inside some blood vessels or the pipes. So they are of two types, arteries and vein. The difference between arteries and veins are very important. Arteries. What are arteries? Arteries are the blood vessels which are carrying oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means the blood which is filled with or having oxygen in abundant amount. So arteries carry oxygenated blood. And the arteries, they are very deeply seated inside our body. Why? Because it is containing the oxygenated blood, and the blood which is flowing inside the arteries, the speed is very high. The speed of flow of blood is very high, and this high pressure maintain the distribution of various nutrients, oxygen, hormones to various parts is very high. Okay. So difference between veins and, as I told you, arteries are very important. Let us talk about vein. So what veins are carrying? Veins are the blood vessels which are carrying deoxygenated blood. Means the blood which is not having any oxygen, or the oxygen level is very less. Okay, so it carry what? Deoxygenated blood. The second thing is, if you will see its thickness, its lumen, this is known as lumen. The lumen of vein is very less. It is having thin lumen. Why it is having thin lumen? Because this is the lumen. And here you can see the lumen means, you can say it's very thin, but here the lumen is thick. In arteries, the lumen is thick. Okay, so here lumen is thick. These will become the various difference between arteries and veins. Okay, and in veins, the blood is flowing in very low speed. Blood flows in a very low speed. Okay, so inside the veins, it is having some structures known as valves. What they will do? They will prevent the backflow of the blood. While in vein, arteries, it is absent. In arteries, it is absent. Okay, so if we will suppose these are the vein and these are the artery. How you will, with the help of these valves, we can identify that this is a blood vessel, this blood vessel is artery or vein. So difference between arteries and vein is very. So let us discuss about the human heart. Human heart, it is 4 chamber. In amphibians and reptiles, it is 3 chamber heart. So in human being, 4 chambers are present, और 4 कमरे हैं human heart में. Let us label the various parts of a human heart. The human heart, the upper 2 chambers are known as atrium or auricle. So this is known as the right auricle. This is right auricle, or it is also known as right atrium. Atrium is singular and atria is plural. Atria is plural word. Okay, you should not get confused. Okay, now the second is this side. It is known as left auricle. Let us label this. This is known as left auricle. Okay, left auricle or left atrium. The lower chambers of the heart, they are called ventricles. like right ventricle and left ventricle. Now, what are the other parts? Each and every part is having its an important function. We will discuss that also. We are having various blood vessels. The main blood vessel is your inferior and superior vena cava. What they will do? They will carry deoxygenated blood from all part of the body. So it is known as superior vena cava, and the blood from lower part, it is collected in a thick blood vessel. It is known as inferior vena cava. It is known as inferior vena cava or cava. Okay. Now, another important part or another important blood vessel is your pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery, it is carrying it is known as artery name, but it is carrying the deoxygenated blood. Then we are having two other blood vessels. One is which is carrying the blood to the left auricle. Left auricle. It is known as pulmonary vein. It is called what? Pulmonary vein. And the largest artery of the human body, it is called aorta. Aorta, it is the largest blood vessel of the human body, and it is containing oxygenated blood, and its name is aorta. Okay, aorta, the thickest blood vessel of the human heart. Along with that, let us see other parts also. The wall which is separating your right and left ventricle, it is known as interventricular septum. And in the upper side, the two auricles are also separated from one another. That is known as interventricular septum. Interventricular septum. Now, your auricles and ventricle are also separated. They are separated by the walls, which can open and close when the blood is moving from atrium to the ventricle. And these are known as the valve which is present between right auricle and right ventricle. It is known as bicuspid valve. That is bicuspid valve. And the valve which is present between left auricle and left ventricle, it is known as tricuspid valve or valve. Okay. In your pulmonary artery and aorta, you will see some valves. They are known as semilunar valves or valve. They are known as semilunar valve. So it is having different function. Now you can see the heart is covered with a membrane, which is known as pericardium. So pericardium, the outer covering of the heart. It is thick and it contains the fluid. This is known as pericardium. Pericardium, and the fluid which is present inside this is the fluid present inside it. This is known as pericardial fluid. What is the function of pericardial fluid? It will absorb all the shocks when by chance you will fall. Then first of all, the rib cage is there, which gives protection, which protect the heart from any damages. The another is pericardial fluid. Okay, now let us discuss about the working of. Okay, so actually inside it is in your this one, and the tricuspid valve is known as this one. Okay, now let us discuss about the working of this. Now let us talk about the working of human heart. As I told you, it is a pumping organ. It is made up of only muscles. No bones are present inside the heart. You can see here in the image that how the blood is going from one chamber to another. From auricle, the blood is, as you can see, the auricle, from the auricle, the semilunar valves are these, your tricuspid and bicuspid valves are opening and the blood is moving to the next chamber. That is, from auricle, the blood is moving to the ventricle with the help of your tricuspid valve, and then from here the blood is moving to the pulmonary artery, and then the blood coming from your pulmonary vein to your left auricle, then it is from left auricle it is moving to your left ventricle, and then from left ventricle through aorta it is moving to the whole part of the body. So let us write it down in a systematic way. So in your right auricle, the blood is actually reaching. As you can see, the blood is reaching where? First of all, in the right auricle. You can see upside one blood vessels and downside also. So in your right auricle, blood is reaching from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava. Then from right auricle, the blood is reaching to where? Right ventricle. And by the movement of the valve, which are known as tricuspid valve. So blood is going to the next one is, that is right ventricle, and it has to cross which valve? That is tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve. Then from right ventricle, you can see here the blood is moving to your next blood vessel, which is known as your pulmonary artery. So from right ventricle, the blood will move to your pulmonary artery. Pulmonary word, you should know that pulmonary word is used for the lungs, and the cardiac word is used for the human heart. This cardiac word is used for the human heart. Okay, so from right ventricle, the blood, as you can see, that the blood is going to where? It is reaches to the pulmonary artery. And by opening of which valve? These valves are known as semilunar valves. Semilunar valves. Then it will open, then only the blood will move to the inside the pulmonary artery. Then the blood, the deoxygenated blood will reaches to the lungs, and it will come back. It will come back again into the heart through a blood vessel known as pulmonary artery. pulmonary artery, it contain which blood? It contain pulmonary vein, sorry, it is pulmonary vein. It contain deoxygenated blood. It contain oxygenated blood. Okay, then from, and where it will go? It will go to, it will reaches to your left auricle. From left auricle, blood goes to left ventricle, and going to this one, it has to cross, or the valves which will open, it is known as bicuspid valves. Then blood reaches to left ventricle. Left ventricle, this chamber is very important for the heart because it contains which blood? It contains oxygenated blood which has to be distributed to all part of the body. And from left ventricle, the blood moves into the largest blood vessel, that is known as aorta. So after left ventricle, the blood will enter inside a blood vessel known as the largest artery, aorta. And from aorta, the blood will distribute it through arteries and arterioles. Okay, so this is the functioning of human heart. And the blood which is moving from one chamber to another chamber, you can see it is contracting and relaxing. When the blood is moving from one chamber to another, the first chamber has to be contracted. You can see the contraction will take place, and then the blood is moving to the next chamber. When the chambers are getting contracted, then that is known as systole. And when, yes, and when the heart or the chamber, when the chamber get in a contracted position, when it is in a contracting position, then it is called a systole. In a contracting position, when the chamber are contract, this condition is known as systole condition. And when the chambers are in a relaxed position, that condition is known as diastole. Okay, and continuous contraction and relaxation takes place, due to which the blood is going from one chamber to another. So how much it has to be contracted? There is some value. The systolic value is 120 mm of mercury. How much it has to be contracted. And for relaxing also, there is some value that is known as diastole. The value is 80 mm of Hg, and it is also known as the normal blood pressure. If the blood is moving in the arteries and veins, or especially the artery, with this pressure, then only the working of the heart will be proper. If this value varies, then either the person will have a low blood pressure or high blood pressure. These are the two diseases which right now you can hear in one by one. Many of the people are having this problem, that is hypertension. So to maintain this blood pressure, what is the important thing? The diet should be proper and physical movement should be there. These two things will make this value constant. That is 120 mm of Hg and 80 mm of Hg. So this is the working of human heart. I hope you have understood this very well. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.